Dr. Smith. I am doing my case study on the physical development of my little brother. He is 16 years old, and from what I've learned, he's in the middle to late adolescent stage, according to the text. I'm going to discuss his transition into adulthood by discussing his development through puberty, motor development, and physical activity, and psychological impact, focusing on the parent-child relationship. Okay, so during puberty, he kind of like woke up one day and his voice was like super deep. Like me and my mom were like, "Who is that?" Like he did not. His voice sounded completely different, and I think he was about maybe 13 or 14, and I remember like over the next few years he started to grow like a lot of facial hair. Like right now he can probably grow a beard pretty fast. Um, the first sign of puberty is supposed to be the growth spurt, from what I learned. Um, I'm not sure, but I think my little brother hit his growth spurt at about 13, because I just remember being surprised that he was taller than me, because people used to confuse him being, they still do, they confuse him being as my big brother. So like either whenever I go out somewhere with him, they'd be like, "Oh, is that your big brother?" Or sometimes they think he's my boyfriend, just because he's taller than me and he's kind of buff. Um, I now know that the arm and leg fat in boys is supposed to decrease, but I don't think that happened for my little brother. I don't know if it could just be muscle, or because he's been playing football for so long that it makes him look so buff. But I'm not sure if it's fat or muscle, but he's really solid, so it's probably muscle. But I do know that boys are supposed to have more muscle than fat, while for females, I know, like especially for me, like I used to have like more muscle, and then as soon as I hit puberty, I kind of like got the booty, the thighs, and the more we produce more fat than males. Um, for his motor development and physical activity, I've learned that the athletic competence is strongly related to peer administration and self-esteem. Um, Sports and exercise is said to influence the adolescent cognitive and social development by providing lessons in teamwork, problem solving, assertiveness, and competition. My little brother, he won MVP in football. He won Mr. Congeniality, and it was something else that I can't remember. Something about him being a good team member or something. Oh, the sportsmanship thing, I think. But yeah, and he's always talking to me about his other teammates, so I can definitely see the competition there. I know one time he told me about one of his teammates. His brother got drafted into the NFL, and that's like my little brother's dream. He really wants to be in the NFL, and if he doesn't, he wants to go in the military. But he talks about the map and college recruitments. I think I've heard him talk about that recently. I've kind of been taking notes over the past few weeks and stuff like that. Um, Sorry. I know that he wants to increase his speed so he can become a quarterback, and I don't know, but I think he's like he likes to be a show off a little bit sometimes, because he's supposed to be like the strongest linebacker on his team for his age. He's only 16, and he can already lift like 300 pounds in weightlifting. I was like, I personally think that's too much for him, but he can lift it. And then he always tells me like he be trying to show off because like his friends are like boost him up, be like, you know, the boy stuff. They want to see how far you could push yourself. That could just be peer pressure though, because peers are supposed to influence you a lot. Um, let's see. According to the sexual maturation, he could be experiencing his peak shrimp spurt. So him lifting 300 might be his peak right now. His parent-child conflicts, they're supposed to increase during puberty. I could probably see that because he never used to get in trouble, but now he kind of gets in trouble all the time. And I kind of saw that with like all of us, like me and my sister. Like I can remember when she was in high school, her and my mom used to argue all the time, and then when I was in high school, I used to argue with my mom all the time because I never thought she was right. So the textbook is pretty much on point with that. We always feel like we need some type of freedom or to be treated like an adult, but yep, we're not really acting like adults. I just thought that was pretty funny. I didn't realize that until, I got to college and got it grown. But the psychological distancing is said to be a modern substitute for physical departure from the family. I thought it was funny at how accurate the scenario in the textbook was, as it being compared to my little brother. Because whenever my mom would like tell my little brother to clean up his mess or clean his room or tell him to do anything, really, he would catch an attitude, and that pretty much started all the arguments, like the lip smacking, the talking back, being smart mouth. Like that pretty much started all of the arguments. Or when he just didn't do what she asked, and like whenever he wouldn't do it or he would get smart, she would come to me and ask me to do it, and it gets really annoying. So I would try to go talk to him, but like he'll do it for a little bit whenever I go talk to him, but then he'll go back to normal, and it won't really. But I think it's just a phase. I hope it is. Although separation from parents is supposed to be adaptive, it said that both generations are supposed to benefit from the warm and protective family bonds throughout the lifespan. So like even though my little brother and mom have like their conflicts and affection, they can both agree on like certain stuff, like important stuff. Like they can both agree that school comes first, and his health and hygiene is really good. I know for me, I'm like the nerd in my family, so she stressed that really far. Well, she didn't really have to stress it that much, but with my brother, she stressed it a lot more that education comes first, because if he can't keep his grades up, then he can't play sports. So yeah, this is what I observed about the physical development of my little brother. Thank you for watching.